Most people will be wondering why we're calling it DADA. Yes, it stands for the Debt and Development Academy. That's the proper, if you like. DADA is the Swahili word for sister. And it emphasizes that important role that women play in our society. The way it came about was when I joined Afrodad 3 years ago. Ranga and a few of my other colleagues were on a road trip to one of our summer schools, the precursor actually to the Debt and Development Academy. And we stopped over at a point, just a checkpoint, to take a health break. And I witnessed the most amazing thing. A young girl who may not have been, I'm not very tall, but I mean, she's about that tall, no more than 4 or 5 years old, in the sweltering heat, as we were heading down to our destination. And she was carrying her young brother, who was much smaller than her, and he was sleeping. And when she realized it was very hot, what she did was she found a cardboard box, an open flat pack cardboard box, placed him on that and made him sleep and things like that. And it got me wondering, when we talk about roles and how, who is responsible for the sustenance and sustainability of our fight against the oppression that we face, it's usually women. And it's only a woman at that young age, I still would refer to her as a woman, even though she's a little girl, had the presence of mind to think about her smaller brother, even though she's still very young herself, to put him on that floor, on that cardboard box, so he doesn't get burnt on the floor. And it got me thinking that is where we need to place our sisters. It's at that pedestal, and that is how they actually came about, and the acronym. It was convenient that it became the Debt and Development Academy, but the idea of calling it DADA was really to signify the Swahili word for sister, but also what it means for women in our community, in our society, and the very pivotal role that they play in the revolution.
Why do we have DADA? I think it's for the same reasons you're articulating, that until we understand as Africans that we need to forge a collective voice and disposition towards the problems that we have, we are not solving them. For as long as we work as a region or a country, we are getting nowhere, and debt is killing all of us. There's a nice clip I like of Tax Justice Network Africa, where they show, it's like a collage, they show current protests in the continent. And you must read the placards. Everything is about, we can't buy bread, we can't buy milk, economy is hard, the price of whatever in the market is hard. It's like all the protests that are going on are about nothing but the economy. And COVID has made us worse Africans. We've moved 4 steps back economically because of COVID than where we were before COVID. So I think, Jason, I want to just take this part and congratulate you, because forging a common understanding, analysis, and solutions towards debt, which is what DADA is going to advance us. At least we will have a breed of young Africans who do not think it's a South African problem or Ugandan problem. So that, in essence, for me, is what DADA is about.
We celebrate, as PALU, we celebrate very much the partnership we have with our 6 sister institutions in the Stop the Bleeding Consortium, and the work that we've been able to do together over the last 5 years. And we look forward with a lot of excitement, inspiration and aspiration to the work that we can do going forward, including with many other partners like UPNIFT, which has been sustained and assisted a lot by TJNA, Tax Justice Network, also one of the 7 sisters. So when Afrodad is inaugurating this series, the DADA, we're very glad to be here, to wish them well, to participate, and to hope and pray that it grows in leaps and bounds. One final thing I will say, over the weekend, there was an article in the Business Daily, and I think it's an article that was in many other places, that reported that the International Monetary Fund is recommending to states that all these taxes that you're putting in, that if the people don't really like it, you can sequence it, I'll share the article. So of course the writer tried to use very polite language. But what the article essentially meant was that the IMF had released some press release in which it was authorizing states to stagger taxes if social revolution looks like it's going to happen. So please, we ordered you to put all these taxes, but if the citizens are going to revolt and maybe overthrow the system, including our system, then stagger them and reduce them. So for me, the audacity with which that was done is what riled me, and I was actually quite happy that I was coming to spend the next 3 days in this space. The country whose passport I carry, Kenya, I don't like its president. And I don't like the guys that hang around him. And he's forcing so many taxes on us that jokes have been cracked and memes have been made. And even one of the memes says we should change our name to Taxmenistan, because that's all they do, you know, and so on. And even though I don't wish him well, if he doesn't succeed, I will suffer. You know, my people will be broke, suicide rates will go up, mental health issues are on the rise already, alcohol abuse, even though we haven't made it to the top 10, yet is on the rise, and so on. So people are so pissed with him because of what he promised before elections, that he'll rescue the economy with what he's delivering. So they want to fix him. Yet I don't like this person very much, but I know 9 out of 10 of his problems is the IMF. So really, we're backing up the wrong horse. We must fix these African leaders, but we must also fix some of the other elements that in this context probably have more to blame for the situation our people find themselves in than even the individual African leaders. So for me, that's my thinking as I enter this space. How by the end of these 3 days together, we'll have helped nurture a small core that will probably grow and grow and grow, that will actually be a community that will finally add an oomph to the work around reforming international financial architecture in ways that then work for our people, the ordinary women and men, girls and boys across Africa and across all of the global south.